All right, tonight's project on a PA-12. Let's put an aft baggage door frame in here. So we'll go ahead and frame this out for the aft baggage door. This brace is in the way, so I'll cut it out. I've got a really sharp 5-iron that I use for that and a Sawzall for the top. We'll move this back. We need to put some structure back into it, so I'll brace that up to here in the back. And so we'll do that. And then now I'm going to have a nice aft baggage door for lightweight things like big block Mopar cylinder head, cinder blocks, fishing weights, sleeping bags, and such. Let's get after it. Okay, the aft baggage door frame template's been made out of some cardboard. Helps me visualize it there. It says 26 inches wide, 14 inches tall. I'm going to do a fold down door so that way you're not having to hold doors open. You don't have to hold doors up and that sort of thing. So sizable aft baggage door. So I'll take the template down. We'll make a steel frame, try to keep it light, try to keep it simple, see how this turns out. All right, so anytime I'm doing some semi-precision sheet metal work, I like these little scribes here. They're magnetic, so they don't roll off if you're working with steel, so that's kind of handy. You're not always picking that up off the floor. I always take a marker and just get close, get kind of in the area. And then in this case, we're gonna go around to inches. I'm gonna make this 2 inches wide because I'm gonna break it, and then that's gonna give me 1 inch on either side there. So that looks pretty close right there. We'll come down. And there's 2 inches. I'm just going to put a little crow's foot like so, just something that I can see, and we'll do the other side. Okay, let's give it a shot here. The old tinsmith is pretty darn sharp. I want to hold the work nice and flat until the work holders, the little feet, can get it. And I just want to verify, yep, man, I'm looking good here. I can see my scribe lines right on the blade. So let's give her a good hop here. They call it a stomp shear because I'm going to give it a good stomp right here. Let's see what happens. All right. Put some weight into this guy here. And there she is. Let's go check out our work. I like these little circular deburr tools. It is a sharp blade. You're pulling it towards you. That's all kind of no-no stuff, but they work so good for just deburring. You can get a file, but honestly, files can leave multiple sharp edges, and then you wind up making a knife out of your work if you're not careful. Man, look at that. It's just beautiful. Absolutely perfect deburr. Get it down like so. Man, look at that. And then now we're working with a nice safe piece. All right, let's check our work here. I believe we did a good job. Man, right on 2 inches there. Beautiful, right on 2 inches. Another way you can check this is a cassette is 4 inches. So right on there, boom. You're gonna go grab a cassette and measure it, aren't you? All right, so I've got my little angle of the dangle finder here. This is why I kind of make templates. Of course I'm doing it the wrong way. Of course I'm doing it the hard way, but you know what? It's worked for me for 30 years. So on my little Nishimura gauge here, this tells me, and I was pretty careful, you need to make an accurate pattern. So that comes out, and that is right at 55 degrees. So you'll want to write that down or you'll forget it. All right, so now that we've got our degree written down, all right, looks like we're coming out to be 35 degrees on this guy. Okay, because paper is cheaper than steel, this is what we're gonna do, all right? So here we are. Let's just say that that's our 2 inch wide piece of steel right there, this paper. So we're gonna take it over, we're gonna put it in the break, we're gonna break it, all right? Now this is what it's gonna look like as viewed from outside the aircraft. So as it goes up, you can see that we're gonna have this corner stick in here for this piece that's gonna come in here. So let's just say this piece is gonna come in here. That's obviously not what we wanna do. So what we'll do is we'll get this, what do we say, 55 degrees. So we'll cut that 55 degrees out of there, and how we do that is pretty slick. Take it over there, I've got a corner notcher, and I'll start from this corner and go out. Because remember, I wanna keep that flap there so that way this other piece will join it. So I don't wanna cut this backside off. So that's why a corner notcher is real easy to make short work of this and cutting that angle. So I'll show you that in just a second. I make these little squares on my corner notcher. I've just got these things laying around. So when you want to square something up, like for example in this little small shear here, I could just come in like so, come out, and that way I'm not holding a big old square up here. So I've got it there, and it looks like I need to tweak that just a little bit. And boom, there she is there. Looks good there. All right, let's go ahead and hold our work steady. Shameless plug for Woodward Fabs little shear. Man, no effort at all. This thing is so sharp. So we'll just come over. We don't want our work to fall and ding a corner. I don't care about that piece. It fell on my rubber mat. Nice. Okay, so here we are. We got our little piece here that we just cut over there on the little throatless shear. This is 2 inches. I am not going to get so precise that I'm gonna figure in my radius loss. I don't need to get stupid here. It's just a baggage door trim. So I am gonna make life easy on myself there. And I'm just gonna put it at the 1 inch mark. Yes, I know I'm gonna lose just a little bit on that radius when I do bend it, but that's okay. Baggage door trim. It's not going into outer space. All right, so my trusty old Boyd built, this thing's got to be 9 feet long. It's their heavy duty version. Mostly do aluminum on it, so, but this is super thin, like really thin, less than 32nd steel. So here we go. I like this. It looks good. I'm on my mark. I'm on my mark. I'm gonna lock it down. We're gonna pick it up, and we're just gonna bend it. It's going to get a little spring back there, so we're going to bend it to 96.933 degrees, as you can see on the degree meter there. Looks good. Nice tight radius. It is overbent. I don't care. I can easily work that out. Again, it's really thin steel. All right, I know we're splitting hairs here, but when you do bend it, it can put some marks on there. You can put some machine tape on there and eliminate that, but I'm not worried about it. So I took the cleaner side. I'm going to make that my outside there, so it's going to go in the aircraft like so. This is just how I do it. I'm sure there's a lot better sheet metal workers out there than me, but I write it no matter which way I'm looking at it. The arrow is pointing right, which way we need to go, and no matter which way I'm looking at it here, out is out. That way I cannot screw up and cut the wrong angle on one, and the next thing you know, you've got a bad part. Okay, until you get it in your head and you can do it without you cheating on your template, you can see what I've done. So I've made an index. My outside corners are where they need to be. Yep, I know it's cardboard, it's jagged, but again, I've already measured that number. So you can see I've got the index, and you can see where this piece is going to come up and join here. This angle is here, this angle, and then this piece here is going to come up and join it. And so I guess you could draw it on there that way, but it'll be a lot more precise if you just come in here and do what we did, which was come in here, and that angle needs to be 55 degrees. So I came in here and I set it to my 55 degrees, which is right there. Locked it down. Kind of hard to hold everything here. And there's your 55 degrees right there. All right, just so you can see what we've done here. I put an index mark here. You could do it, I guess you could build it off your template and just kind of eyeball it and cheat, but it'll be a lot better if you degree it out. So anyway, you can see the little index marks that I've made, and I'm just doing this for the video just as a reference. So we'll come up like so, and then when you look at it now, you can see where when the other trim piece comes in here, it's going to join in like so. And so I've got my gauge here, and it's at 55, and it's perfect, and 55 was our number. There you go. All right, here we go. So I've got my inside mark, which should be just square. This is my corner notcher here. unbelievably sharp and very precise instrument. I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see that line, but you see how it goes in there really nice into that corner. We'll just pull it down and nip. It nips it right out all the way up to the inside radius. Now, if you were that concerned about it, you could come in here with a little die grinder or something, put you a tiny little radius right there just so it doesn't get you a crack and a runner. Again, baggage door frame, it's not going on the space shuttle. And another cheat that I've learned over the years is if once you get that number and it comes up here, that's the bottom of your angle. So you don't have to come back and draw another line. You just go in like so, butt it up in the blade. I come towards the back, doesn't take as much leverage. And then that needs to come out. I'm not gonna stick my finger in there, but this point right here, it's gonna come up there, right? So it runs out and it terminates right on the point. So we'll slide it in there, get it home. And it looks like our corner is nice. Get it started. Sometimes I want to walk a little bit, just go slow. It's going to pick the work up. You can see it's picking the part up a little bit. I'm just going to check it. It looks good. I like it. I'm going to see if I can capture this little piece that's going to come out of here. Perfect. All right, let's do the other side. Remember, I like to get it towards the back. Again, doesn't take as much leverage. I got a little more control over the blade. And we'll come down. It's in there, it's home. I got my point lined up, and that looks like us right there. Right and left. I dig it. Now let's make the other three sides. All right, let's look at the finished work of the corner notcher. I mean, it's you can't get it any better than that. There's actually not even a burr there, and it's really nice, real nice radius. There's a tiny little burr on the outside, but all right, so now let's look. It's gonna go in like so, and that is the top, that's the right. The other trim piece comes into here like that, and then the other piece will go so, and then I'll just weld her up. It's kind of difficult to explain this, but anyway, so I'm just show you kind of what I did and how I did it. And again, we just went by the angles from our template that we'd made. And if you want to round up or change the numbers a little bit, that's fine. That's just how I did it. Came out like so. And these guys all fit together. And then here's my bottom piece. Came across like so. So let's get it tack welded up and let's quit for the night. Well, I think Shelby's pooped out, and so am I. We got quite a bit done today, and we're to a quitting point on the aft baggage door, so let's call it a night, guys.